Sure. Okay, I think we're up and running. So we need some relaxing music. What? Some stream beats on and saying that there's just nothing there. I'll get a copyright strike, but what ATMC? Oh, right. Going out. Although it still seems really low. Okay, cool. I think we're all set up to go. Done some posts. I imagine it'll be pretty quiet today anyway. But should be fine. Yeah, that's one of those ones. Fine. Let's test the draw. I believe there's a bug on that one. That's not right. So it's not the multiplayer logic. That is good to know. Fine. It's gonna be the grab component. Pocket name, stationary interaction. Why would it be big? Why would it go big? None of the others do it. I need to fix that. Oh, fine. Just the draw. Let's check grab component first. Stationary handle. Now, initial interaction. Not too sure what's going on. Right. That's fine. Components. Relative scale get attached parent. Scale get attached parent. They're 1-to-1 scale, so because that's scaled up, that's causing the problem. Get attached parent, we could get component, get owner, and then that might work a little bit better. Scale 3D. That should keep the hand at 1-to-1 scale. Or I could just remove that and just say 1. That would stop the hand from changing size completely. Have a look. The Real Turbo, good afternoon. Hello, dude. I realized I didn't send you the files because I only just got the PC back today. There we go. Works. And I think the problem is just the socket on the hand, which I would need to adjust. Or the socket on the static mesh. That's the way the socket should be. Handle. Let's see if that works. Wrong socket name for some reason. Just need to move it back in. And then we fix the drawers. There we go. That'll be alright. Sweet. Let's make a note of that. Then we'll activate. Interacting with what I missed? Chat, Studio Virtumax. Hey Jacqueline, good morning. Can't say thanks enough for trying to implement local multiplayer for those wanting to learn more. Will this be in the next update regardless? Awesome tutorials. Yes. The idea is to get as far as I can today. Fix a bunch of the little bugs in the single player stuff. In the next couple of hours, we'll see if we can get the gun replication to work. And that's probably where I'm going to call it for the multiplayer stuff in this update. If I move this over... Wait, I'll figure out how to do this. I need to hide this window. There we go. So this is my little notes of multiplayer stuff. So this is what I've got so far. This will all be in the next update. If I leave it to just update for multiplayer, I think it'll take forever. So adding this stuff in and then getting your guys' feedback on it, I imagine somebody will be able to tell me how to do it better, will be pretty handy as well. So multiplayer might not be completely sorted, but it should be in there enough that if you want to take a look into it, you might be able to understand what's going on. Otherwise, it will just, this update won't come out. Stuart, what did I miss? Last time was the game jam idea you had quite a long time ago. Damn, game jam idea. That might have been the little truck vehicle one. Had to deliver parcels. Christ, I haven't touched that in years. It's good to see you, man. I did start on my own game, working on that, but I kind of just jumped back into the GDXR template. I also need to figure out this rotating wheel, rotational dial. I need to figure that logic out and get that set up. But yeah. Studio, awesome, sounds good. Wicked. Most of the stuff's pretty much sorted for the main updates that I found. I've got a list that somebody sent me on Discord who had a version of this. Bring the locker / cupboard. The settings aren't correct. The grab is inverse and makes a giant hand. Ah, that's the drawers, right? Sorted that. We change the primary hand from right to left. This isn't visible pointer when you open the menu. Demo overlap button doesn't work. Oh. That one there. Frame. Let's try it. It does not work. If that doesn't work, it's because the collision box is looking for world dynamic, overlap, everything's overlap, and collision, overlap, should be fine. We've got arm collision, what's the world dynamic? I set it to VR interactable. I just updated the whole lot. Custom overlap all should work fine. Oh wait there, I could change it to... Change the hand collision, is set to hand collision overlap. Oh, it might be this. Moon detection sphere. Am I using that? Yes. It might be that one. I might have to tell. Confusing myself. Right, in here, wall climbable. Set to no collision. So it's not doing anything. Might be able to remove that. Come back to that. We'll see if this does it. So how's everybody doing? You all having a good week? I pretty much tried to get some work done yesterday on my laptop and it just... a bit of a nightmare. Master. No collision. Shouldn't even be doing anything. Might help if the hand collision was in the right place. What if it's not let me do parent socket? Can I change parent socket on an inherited component? Right. You ever get the feeling you're moving a collision and then when you press play it's going to be in a different place? Thing. I don't think I've got logic to attach these. Yeah. Real Turbo, been doing quite good myself. Awesome. It's so good to hear like when people like have a decent week. Feel like it's been few and far between. At least summer's been stressful for everybody, to be fair. Pretty good week so far. Out of curiosity, what's your thoughts on local mixed reality experiences? I tried testing more about shared spatial anchors, but most of the documentation prioritizes Unity. There's a bunch of documentation for Unreal on spatial anchors, but it's not the most in-depth thing ever. If you do want spatial anchor information specific, like blueprints and all that, I don't know why my camera's so high. What you can do is you can download some of the samples from Epic on their GitHub, and that should help you get an idea of how to set up spatial anchors. But in reality, it's such a convoluted nightmare to set up that I don't really touch it all that much. I'd like to. I want to take a dive into it, but I also don't know enough about multiplayer in general to confidently debug what's going on with the logic. And then to make it work, you also need to submit it to the marketplace or Meta Developer Hub. You need to upload it through there before spatial anchors are even functional. So honestly, I think it's a bit of a pain in the arse to deal with, which is why I haven't really touched it all that much. People really do want it. I don't know if I've got a link to the meta documentation. There is this one, which I'll put in the chat for you. Actually, if you're in the Discord, I can put it in there. I can put it in the multiplayer channel, and then you can have a conversation about it afterwards. There you go. So I just put it in the multiplayer channel of the Discord, which you can take a look at. But this shows you how to set up multiplayer testing in Unreal, and then there is a bunch of tools in here which allow you to do to use this for spatial testing. I think it is. I need to have a proper run through it, but I've got this one saved. Where is it? This isn't the right one. XR Simulator might be the one that's needed. But I'm pretty sure to make multiplayer run, you need to do all of this. So you need to set the whole game up on the marketplace. It's not the marketplace, developer hub. That's the wrong one. Multiplayer overview. There is a page somewhere buried in here. Not that one. Get started. Integrate mixed reality. Using spatial anchors. Use cases, references. Getting started. Get spatial anchors. Where is it? Prerequisites. Configuration. Here it is. So to make spatial anchors work, they need to request access to, I think it's Meta themselves where they store it. So application requesting access to persisted spatial anchors need to have their identity verified, because this verification uses information registered in the store. Your application will not be able to persist or share spatial anchors until you register your app on developer dashboard marketplace, which is the little bit that nobody ever fucking knows about. So make sure it's up there. Otherwise, if you're building a spatial anchor experience and you're trying to test it between headsets, it won't work. What have I missed? Oh, Jess, hello there. Glad you're back up and running. So am I. The anxiety's gone away today. Did you? Oh yeah, I completely understand. I believe I saw a ghost capture sample that tests local shared anchors, but it just seems extremely complex, so I'll be sticking to VR for a while. Yeah, I think it's one of those ones where if you can get it set up the first time, it's like anything, you set it up once and you'll be fine, but it's just understanding what it is you need to set up. And because the spatial anchors aren't just a case of set it up itself and then you're good to go, you've got to do this whole project setup as well, which makes it an even more of a nightmare to deal with. It was like that with the HoloLens. They used spatial anchors and you had to have it uploaded to the Microsoft store, or it was website. I can't remember, it's been so long since I used it. But it was a real nightmare to deal with. But this might be a good page. I can put this into the multiplayer as well. So I'll put this into the multiplayer channel for Discord. So it's worth a read through to see what's going on. But it's really not a simple thing to set up. I prefer sticking with VR, like just VR in general and not the mixed reality stuff. It's fun. It is fun to do, but I think you've just got more control over everything you do in VR. Right, we were fixing this. Finding out why it's not working. You guys distracted me with mixed reality. Right. They need to attach, because that is... I'm still not doing it. I can't even do. I have to do it manually. Component to component. Oh, it needs to be right and left index. I would have to expose it. Ooh, can I do right? Let's wait there. Get hand equal. Let's do motion controller. Source equal be true. Then what we'll do index, we'll put that one, and then we'll see. Oh, I should be able to. Is it append? Can you do an append with a name? Or is it just a string? Bring to name. Append. Select. So that's going to be the root. Do that. Gotta remember the bone. Name. Root. Do it root. Don't know how well that's gonna work though. Index metacarpal underscore, so it's going to be the other way around. I'm going to move this on the other screen just so I don't have to remember that off the top of my head. It's going to be we've got carpal, and then it will add the underscore based on what we're doing. A little bit of a pain, but that should work fine. Hit U. Target. I'm going to try to keep relative rotation on that one. Parent. That's going to be. Okay. Try that, and then that should go down to the other two blueprints, and hopefully they are now attached. Yeah, there we go. I need to move the palm one. Still not going to work that one. Cool. Do with figuring out how to improve the speed so it doesn't clip. Cool. I don't have to update both of them. I just need a better place to put that. I just put it on hand. See if that works. Bit too far over for the palm. So might have to figure out. Do a different socket. Deegan, sup bud? What's the latest on your computer? What happened? So on Wednesday, last Wednesday, I was working on this, the GDXR template. Everything was fine. I turned it off at about, it must have been like 4:30, 5 o'clock, so I could go cook dinner. And then I went to turn it back on at about 6 o'clock to send the real Turbo, who's in chat, the files for the templates to check over some code. And when I went to turn it on, absolutely nothing happened. There was nothing at all. I couldn't even get into the BIOS. It was really, really bad. So I pulled the whole computer out because I can't see into the motherboard from where it's at. And the motherboard only had a single red LED on it that just said CPU. So there was an error with that. Managed to get to the computer store the next day, and then when they checked it, they phoned me back yesterday saying that it was sorted, and it was a BIOS issue. They had to reflash the BIOS on the motherboard. It just kind of crapped the bed, and like they've got no idea what happened to it. Like the fact that I just turned it on and it just stopped working, it was really bad. But they tried it. They tried one of their CPUs in it. That was fine, and then they tried mine in a different machine, and it worked fine. So they reflashed the BIOS, and then it's been there. That's it. So I spent 70 quid to get the BIOS reflashed, which is a bit of a pain, but at least it's up and running now. It would have probably been faster, but because Monday was a bank holiday here, it just took a little bit longer. Oh wait, that's also down. Yeah, I'm just glad I didn't lose anything. Like, I didn't have to replace anything or lost anything, like, updates-wise with this. This was the only thing I was working on that week anyway, so it would have been fine. But I had made a few changes before uploading it to GitHub, which is bad. It's bad. But I just forgot to do it. We're all good. Haven't lost anything apart from a couple of quid. Better way to do it with the collisions on PLA. I'd like to add physics hands to this. I think I need to take a dive into it and see what I can figure out. If this one doesn't work, I'll create a custom socket to attach it to, which I think I might actually already have. Yeah, it's too far now. I'm sure I've got a custom socket called Palm anyway. Maybe. Well, so what I've done is I thought it would be more sense to put the sockets on each hand, and then I've got root as well, which could have just been on there. There must have been some reason I did it, and I can't remember why. Possibly mirroring. It might have been the mirroring issue with the grabbing attachment to the sockets. That's probably why I did that. Right, okay. Okay, so we've got S underscore. The wrong one. What? I think the reason I've got the double sockets on each hand is because of the weapon grabbing. I think it was flipping them. Because the why did that do? Still pretty quick though. Yeah. Yeah, it was a quick turnaround. Like, I can't complain at all. Like, it must have been really fast to fix because the guy didn't even charge me for it. Like, he charged me for the, like, setting up the appointment to get it booked in and get them to look at it. That cost £7, but he didn't charge me for anything else. He said he did. He said he was, like, supposed to as he was packing it into the car. So I was like, you could have told me before I got to the car. Which is a pain, but it's all good. I'm not complaining. The guys over there are fantastic anyway. Why on earth are you not seeing anything? Hand collision, overlap. These two reset to hand collision. Big block up. Want to begin angle, which should. And string. That's not meant to happen. Why? Doesn't. But I also upgraded the screen fade logic and removed a bunch of crap from that. So it's so much faster now. There's no stuttering at the beginning when you press play. So done quite a bit of performance improvements on the screen fade stuff and cleaned up the game instance. So it's a lot cheaper. My game instance is now only like 600 kilobytes. And that's including the loading screen texture. It's super cool. It's also been cleaned up a lot. With this update, I've removed more code than I've added, but I've kept everything the same. collision, overlap. One collision. Overlap. That's the same. What's the difference between this and the other button? Let's see if I move this up. That works. If it works, then it might be overlapping something else. But we're also not getting the print string. Oh, you. Oh. Is it just because can you not see print strings for some reason? You do it. Oh, no? No? Oh, I thought I got lucky. I'm pretty confused, man. We can see print strings. Theory and physics. Idea. Don't have any for this now. I'm sure the tap button out there works. Component begin overlap. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's static mesh? It's looking for overlap on the static mesh, not the results. The ideally add a more code so it checks the distance of the hand would probably be better. If it's less than a certain distance away and then we activate it. We could do that on overlap actually. Might try that. The index finger would be the root, so it would be the palm of the hand, so it's going to do it from the wrong place. I'm going to keep it as it is. do once and then end overlap to stop it from continuously doing it. Make that smaller, it'll be a bit more responsive. I don't know whether the cube would have been better anyway. I could make it thinner, that still goes up. So you've got to like... I might just leave it as it is. There we go. Is anyone in here really good at graphic design? That would be the next step. Because of the collision channel. That time, I know what it is. I'm an artist myself. Everything, man. Like, I can do the 3D stuff, but it's the 2D stuff that I struggle with. Works. Fucking timer. I don't know whether to remove the delay. Now, I wanna redesign the hand menu because I don't think it looks very good. I don't even think it like great, but I'm just trying to figure out a better way to just make it stand out. Because I can go through all the elements and change them, which is fine. I think the layout's okay. It's just the visual style that I want to improve. So I was wondering if anybody had any advice or tips or ideas. If you do, you can drop them in the Discord. The current one look. Give us a second and we'll jump in and I'll show you. As you close some of these tabs. I'm pretty sure I need to fix the hand menu when using motion controllers. I think that's the next step. Next bug that I gotta do. So that's the hand menu. And it opens up. And I need to fix, where is it? UI? Yeah, it got a little issue there in the movement section. I've got a double scroll bar in the hand menu, which I got to sort out. Safety, I think I might have removed this. Need to figure that out. Let's see what happens. Motion controller though, we're currently on hands, so I've got to fix that. I have like a harsh snap, so I put the teleportation, the screen fade, so when you close it, it fades out and then comes back in. I think it's fine. Template, the hood looks alright. It is simple and explains what's all function. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just wasn't too sure there's anything like super simple I could do to make it like pop out a little bit. Like this is what we've got. The problem is as well on the headset, it gets blurry. Sort of one out. Overall, it's too bad, really. A bit too small. It's still blurry now. Perhaps some color related changes, dark mode, perhaps have a slight gradient, some buttons to make them stand out more. Yeah, I think I need to just spend the time and do like a full class. I considered adding a dark mode, but changing UMG icons at runtime is an absolute nightmare. If I do this, it'll increase. Dude, 64, 120. You give them as a power up 2, and then that should be a little bit better. rather. I need to take the icons and I'll make them bigger. Increase the size of these. I also hate UI design. Like, I'm really bad at it. Too bad. I think this is one of those ones where I could spend hours redoing it and I would still hate it. Like, I still wouldn't be happy with the results. Skill fit border. Needs to be full, otherwise it'll go weird. I just need it to look a little bit sharper. That's all I'm trying to achieve. Still tiny. Changed it. 3.2. Dart size. I think that looks better. I think you could still do with it being a little bit bigger. So if I do it any bigger, it's going to start impacting VRAM. That's the problem. So too big now. The thing is, I can keep it that size and then scale it back down in the like the UMG editor, but it's going to start looking worse. It's not too bad. That's the last one I got to do. Size box. Maybe why it's not like properly centered. that happened. Let's fix motion controllers and oh, actually I could fix that one off stream. It's going to be a little bit of pain. I need to do this. If I get it, I need to set it in the save game. Set left hand to use. So I can do that. Go to the save game. Save game, I'm pretty sure it is. No, I don't think we've got anything set by default. I would do it in the character that if this is no, there's nothing in here. Check these, see if it is valid, and if it's not, then automatically set them on begin play. But if it is valid, I might just be overcomplicating it. I don't think we need that. It's going to be just set in the save game. Settings, left hand to use. Yeah, hand left. And right, that's fine. Cool. So it uses hands by default. That's going to be set, and then settings menu. Everything is checked. I've got the hand references in there as objects in case the developer wants to switch the hands out in different levels and different scenes and do different things. But I'm wondering whether I should just do it where you can choose between the one set with the motion controllers, and then if the developer themselves wants to update that to run something else, they can do so. I'm going to break a lot of things if I delete those variables. second.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we set it sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
There, guys.
So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on. And I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Come and fly away.
State agent, such a pain
Come
to deal
and
with.
fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and
What's my biggest feature request is to have a flat screen mode to test puzzle mechanics without putting on a VR headset. Oh my god, that would be... It'd be quite a pain, to be fair. Oh, is there a Quest 3 head strap you can recommend? It's not sponsored or anything, but I'm using the Bobo VR on mine, and I absolutely love it. It's so much more comfortable than the original. I do keep the face cover off. I don't really need it for what I do. So it makes the Quest 3 feel more like a Quest Pro. It's really nice. The UFG is fine. Cool. Good to know. Right, we've sorted the hands out there on there. The menu, when I switch it, you put some of these tabs. Look, too many. Settings, we'll save that. We'll keep that open. Those are things we want to sort out. If I update the hands and controllers, I need to destroy the existing ones.
Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly.
Or actors, which I already do. Up, spawn, hands, and motion controls. Okay. Initialize character. I've already got this. But that might actually be all I need to do. No, I was just on the Bobo VR website. It's honestly, it's probably the nicest head strap I've used in a long time. I've got the little battery on the back, but I don't really use it all that much. I barely have it charged, but it's pretty handy if you need it. Function's not working with motion controllers. So, the problem probably in the hands themselves. Although it should have widget interaction. Unless it's just not set up. Keep you to there. I'm going to move the hand left and hand right to the other one. Did not have a hand. Cool. Okay. Logic for would be in the
Those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on, memories never change.
in Your flat screen mode bundled with VR is not an easy task. It requires programming certain things to interact with twice, or you could create some kind of complicated non-VR porn which emulates VR hands on some way. It's it's annoying, and the only other way to do it is on begin play to detect if you've got a headset connected, and then respawn a standalone desktop character or a VR character, depending if the headset's on. But not just that, you've got to then deal with the interaction stuff. Like most of this is done by collision detection, so you'd have to have a hand on your player to then hit the button. So you go from building one game to essentially building two just so you can play it or like test it. And from my experience, you still need to test every interaction in VR anyway, so it just kind of beats the purpose. I used to build them for the ArcViz experiences that we used to build. Name is click on name. Switch on name. Wish YouTube would allow message editing. I look through my messages a lot of times before I send them, and as soon as I do, I send them my message technologies. Dude, I'm dyslexic. I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. Character control. I wonder if that's the problem. Why is player controller failing? What about hey, that's an interesting one. Click up the hands and then it does the screen fade. This hand menu, motion controllers are pretty much sorted. Then what we need to do, figure out why there's a screen fade. Change the one is that might have actually just fixed that. The only issue with VR development, which I think is quite annoying, is the constant head strap on and off motion to test certain things. Especially with a bad strap, it gets annoying very fast. Yeah, that was the main reason for me getting this head strap. Just because I can at least keep it on, and the elastic strap that comes with the headset is just really bad. Right now, it was really good. Oh. Need to fix that now. need to fix that. It's a bit too bubbly. The issue with the wheel is when I grab it, it checks to see if it's past a certain rotation. I did that because of the multiplayer stuff. But it's very clearly just not working. Yeah. I can't remember why I added it for the multiplayer stuff. Oh, it was when you grab it and then you let go, it wasn't pausing the timer in some cases, I think. Or when it got back to 0 when it was doing the rotation. So bit wheel rotation. That was the problem. I'm really confused with why I thought that. I might just remove it and then walking, which is your way. you should add a head wall collision example to the template. Like you try to look through certain wall, the screen will appear black, or a collision to the head, which does not allow it to look. Yes, we got both of those already. That's what I'm trying to update here. Or at least I did have it in the other version before I changed the whole player character stuff around. But if I go over to here, there was a collision box, which when you entered would force a screen fade. So you could have it if you put your head in a wall, then it would fade out. I think I'd rather have it just so it pushes the player away. But to make that work properly, so they can lean over a table, I need to do it on the head. So when the head collides with a wall, and because there's a mesh already on the player, like we've got the this mesh here, we can use that. It's either that or I just give it another one. So set that no collision. Collision. There we go. And then what we can do is we could go to project settings, edit, settings, HMD collision, and you already got one somewhere. Leave that off. That should be fine. That way it doesn't use the normal one. Collision. We set this to continuous collision. The new one, body overlap, so it's accurate. And then we say on hit, we can do something. In this case, we can change the do we do so? We just fading. The problem with if you put your head in the wall and fade to black, you get disoriented and you get lost in the wall, and it's really difficult to get out. So what I need to do is just set this variable, this one here, to be overlapping object. If I do that, then we'll be fine. I delete you. Function. Do actually is just find it in here. Yep, object, and then just copy that. Stay on end overlap. Then HMD collision, set the block all, that might be a problem. Object settings. One hit collision, so if I do HMD collision, what I should be able to do Go up. Oh, the body is updating. The wall just looks stupid. Waffle. And then stop the headset entirely on impact. If it moves the active back, it will create some position issues. Is there an example of a game where it cannot move? I don't know. The problem is we're doing it against ticks, so when we like hit it, like go against it, it like pushes away, which is fine. But I'm not really sure of a way to stop the headset from moving without it causing motion sickness. If there's any way I can do it where it doesn't cause motion sickness, and then the headset kind of just stops and then slides around on the surface, then it'll be fine. But I think it's going to be a bit of a pain to get the surface normal and then make it match that. That would be the only way I could think of doing it. Standing at a table, they could offset themselves. They can't offset themselves too much. They could obviously walk through the table and then walk over it, which is what I'm going to sort out in a minute, so it doesn't step up, and then they can lean over it. But when you move, as soon as you move the thumbstick, the player's body and capsule kind of line back up. This logic up there, so I don't have to keep scrolling. Disable that, and I turn on sweep, which is what this should be doing. Can't look through the wall, which is fine. Yes, but I'm talking about games in which the player cannot move at all. So they're quite rare, and two, if you don't want the player to move, then you can just disable the inputs. Like you can't stop a person in VR moving around their space. So that's what you need to consider. Like if you don't want them to be able to move, you can just remove that logic from it. So you can disable the update their capsule location and then the position, and then that would pretty much sort that out for you. Yeah, deleting those would just lock it into place, and then you just disable the input so they can't actually walk around or move, and then that would stop the capsule and everything else. Obviously, they could take their camera and the headset and they could walk away from the player, but you can't really stop them from doing that. Unless you rejig this so by the time if they get a certain distance away, it kind of like snaps them back. You could do that. They figure out why I can't. Generate overlap events. That might be it. And that was the annoying thing, is you've got to enable generate overlap events on the meshes for it to work. Just realize it's probably for the fact that the capsule is bigger than the. Go through that.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I've decided to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie.
So don't.
Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within. Oh, I know I'm the one.
We need to be able to detect when we're hitting something that's set to block or.
Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that
It's
you
not getting
will
anything.
stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind.
There we go. This. By automatically moving the player away from it, we also stop them from getting stuck. Good, but the problem is update location is the problem. Also too big. Once you update location, so if it's false, event tick, as long as this is false, then we update the location. If it's true, no, that would still be able to. We still get pushed away if we walk up to something. See, I didn't want to put this into the movement. Before, and it was just a bunch of nodes doing the same thing. I do it on tick. What's a way on tick that I can check to see if we're overlapping something? That's not the floor. To the movement right then. Do that in if I was only building in one movement method, this would have been way easier. The spring that's already doing it. Yeah. This isn't too bad actually. Did I put it in crouch? Yeah. Should update this. think I hadn't triggered before. Go up and try to walk through and push this away. There we go. So it updates the once. And then if I'm on here, I can actually lean over and then do it. And if I lean over and then push forward on the stick, it snaps me back. Awesome! Right.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and
I think if I can figure out a way to do it where it just stops the headset movement, then that would be fine. But the problem if you do that, when they move their head away from it, it doesn't do it anymore. It just kind of breaks. Weather looks like it's took a turn for the worst. That is all my known bugs, or when it comes to single player stuff. And I imagine there'll be a lot more when people try it out. There always is. I had these set as auto crouch, so when you walk up to them, it automatically makes you crouch. But I'm wondering whether to change that. You keep using these. You walk up, forces the crouch. Step back. It is crouched. It is crouched. Don't do anything. Not then we force update crouching. It just down. I'll start with you.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone. That's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I never let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off.
Is encroaching.
I don't really
Is
understand
crouching.
myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright.
I'm not crouching.
I'm alone, I'm alright.
Yeah.
Feel like I could break now.
I've got checks in here. Do I do? You need to do that one. That's second as a flip flop.
I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I could find my way even when I'm feeling down. I fight, even when I don't know what is right. I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I
I'm going to play in a second. We'll try this for now.
never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shape me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I
It
stand.
automatically crouches.
That was always the plan. It's so cold
Ow.
I'm alone.
Redoes it. Yeah.
It's so cold outside.
Why is crouching? It's crouching. Great. Should be fine. So is the problem something to do with the player?
Yeah, she's got some nice long hair, and you know that she's a bad chick. All the boys stare, can't help it, it's a habit. Clothes that she wears, short skirt and a jacket. I just wanna get her all alone on a mattress. I just wanna have it, I just gotta have it. Rumors all
We'll see what's firing.
is fantastic. All natural, not a piece of fur is plastic. Head to her toes, yeah, they say that she's a latch. Yeah, the whispers all around say she has a reputation. Don't believe it till I see it, so I want a demonstration. And I've always learned it better with a hands-on education. So I need a private session if you get what I am saying. And they say that she's not easy, no, she's really complicated. But that only makes it better, and it's got me so
More
fixated. And I'm not the type to wait around, I've never hesitated. But she's got me captivated, so the game I'm gonna play
Twice, uncrouched twice. Bigger. Why is it twice? Left as it once. Then uncrouched. This bias crouch last. Not getting the correct one, I don't think. There we go, crouch. I wonder if I'm colliding with both of them at the same time. I suppose my problem. Something like that works. And then what I need to do now is set up a check that if I'm inside a tunnel, I can't stand up. I'm going to check to see if I actually need those do onces. Ooh. This crouch. Need to do ones from here.
Never stopping searching, yeah, it's burning. All this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay. I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright. I'm just barely getting by, but I'll tell you I'm just fine. So you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret, 'cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win. I won't stop till the end, no.
If I'm in a normal bit. Religion.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
I'ma make a couple stacks, do exactly what I want to. Mix a couple tracks, get a lady that I'm drawn to. Turn up to the max.
Can't tell if my room skills changed or if the crouching has made me taller than I should be.
I just work hard, yeah, harder than the rest. Some people say I'm lucky, others saying that I'm blessed. But I keep my head down, 'cause I crave progress. You ain't never gonna stop me, 'cause it's my conquest. And I'm never gonna rest, yeah. And y'all don't know that I'm a soldier. I always felt like I'm alone, yeah.
Well,
When everybody thinks they know, yeah. And y'all don't even know I own, yeah. And now I'm ready taking over, 'cause every day I'm getting closer. Just look at everything I'll show ya. And now I'm ready, I'ma blow up. And now I'm ready, I'ma blow up. Yeah, I'm impatient, I don't ever slow up. I stay young, no, I never grow up. I keep working to the point I throw up. And if you cross me, it was good to know ya. I'm impatient, I don't ever slow up. I stay young, no, I never grow up.
God, it's stop raining.
Point I throw up. And if you cross me, it was good to know ya.
Should be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm not the type to take no for an answer. I don't deal with people that are like a cancer.
The last time I used a volume to do this, it would glitch out.
I'm not the type to give out second
That wasn't doing a check to see if I was in it.
on my own for myself. I don't need no help, not anybody else. Nah, man, I got it dealt. I'm working on my wealth and I'm working on my health. Keep on working to excel, 'cause I'm working on myself. Yeah. And y'all don't know that I'm a soldier. I always felt like I'm alone, yeah. When everybody thinks they know, yeah. And y'all don't even know I own, yeah. And now I'm ready taking over, 'cause every day I'm getting closer. Just look at everything I'll show ya. And now I'm ready, I'ma blow up.
Let's try this. Muzzle and crouch zone. So if I'm in this crouch zone, we should have a tag.
Man, I promise that I'm gonna make it somewhere. As long as I'm conscious, I'll be working hard to get there. I am not a novice,
Do have tag.
so prepare, 'cause you know I'm honest and I'm
Okay, so if I'm in a crouch zone, we should not be able to stand up. Force it out to crouch. Still doing it. And then it breaks. Oh, I got the map. Sort that out afterwards. Right. Crouch zone. Yeah, this is a crouch zone.
Late nights, long fights, it felt right, we were alive. We would go out, we were so loud, we were so proud, we had no doubts. Weekends and weekdays, we'd spend our own way. We were careless, we were fearless, we were reckless, time was precious. We loved to waste
Oh, crouch zone.
whiskey and wine, drinking all night, asleep by your side. Finally
Oh, that's just an event. That's not the right one.
never arrive, our journey was live, staying out late, testing our fate, running away. We live for today, young and so bold, never get old, screw what we're told, we can't be controlled.
Oh, that's probably going to be better. Walk up to it.
It's too late now, I remember everything,
Zone.
and how careless we could be, and how careless we could be.
All dynamic should be fine. So it required what?
And how careless we could be.
We have to play it twice. Oh,
Sometimes I'm feeling high, but sometimes I'm feeling low. I wanna stay inside, I could call my bed my home. I've been trapped inside my mind, that's what keeps me in the zone. I think that I'll be fine.
it would help if I wasn't targeting the controller.
It's too late for me, not too late for you. To be great, you see, the pain's worth the truth. I don't wanna be just someone.
There we go. Now I can't stand up.
My mind's so free, so you could hear the truth. Yeah, I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that think about the pain no more. Everybody's not the same. We all open
Small.
different doors. Yeah, we've all got different brains. That's what keeps starting these wars. I just stay within my lane. Hope my words even score. I just try to keep it real. Find a way to buy a meal. Find a way to make a deal. Find a way to help us heal. I don't wanna have regret. That's what pushes me to get everything I wanna get. Work with every single breath, yeah. I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see more clear. I know that we all have fear. In the back of our minds we hear the devil that's in our ear. Let it push you to see more clear. She says that she loves me,
Hey, I think
she just wants to fuck me. Got me feeling something, got me feeling nothing. Alcoholic junkie, says she thinks I'm funny. Think I might get lucky, spending too much money. She says she wants my necklace, put her on the guest list. Hope I don't regret this, hope I don't regret this. I'm feeling hella reckless, cashing all my checks rich. Hickeys on my neck, shit, she's on the offensive. I do not know my set list, still I'm gonna get lit. Yeah, I have a death wish, live until I'm breathless. I'ma stay progressive, she gon' stay obsessive. Life is so expensive, do everything excessive. I think my brain's defective, yeah. Can't think when she's aggressive, yeah. She snuck into my
fix
section,
that one.
yeah. You think I'd learn my lesson, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me. Cause we ain't getting no sleep, yeah. No, we ain't getting no sleep, yeah. She's sitting up in the front of the class, using that ass, she gonna pass.
To use this, I think I'd be better at it by now.
She been so bad with the men in her past. Now she just want the professor so bad. I'll give her lessons that she never had, like taking a freshman and teaching her math. I'll keep her guessing until she a grad. She always leaves them guessing, they don't know what's next, man. Learned it from the best, man. She loving every lesson, with hands-on sessions, points for attendance. She asks a lot of questions, I answer with my presence. I sit back while I'm texting, said she wants to get it in, said she'll bring her best friend. Know what happened next, man, you know what happened next, man. Treat her like a guest, man, rolling out the best, man. She had a confession, yeah. She wanna stay for a minute, she wanna play for a minute, she wanna slay for a minute, and now I'm all up in
This
it.
is crouching.
I'll be back in a minute, I'll be back in a minute, make a track in a minute, and now I'm all up in it. No sleep, these girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me, yeah. And we ain't getting no sleep. These girls don't even know me. Like Drake, I'm getting trophies. You want it, girl, then show me. Cause we ain't getting no sleep, yeah. No, we ain't getting no sleep, yeah. My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it.
Try and get them
I haven't hit it
low.
already, still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gon' launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, so stopping
Oh, oh.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God, I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hardest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Profit, spitting hot shit. Off topic, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it. Back, matter of fact, making racks where it's at. Have my back to the
Game
back.
come to a half pace.
That's a fact. We attack in a back. Don't react, don't react. Think I'm black, off his back. While I rap, not to snap. Throwing jab, give a crap. We're advanced, I'm the man. Got a plan better than most brands. Goddamn, I'm a rhyme till I die. Never lie, that's a lie. I don't try, I defy. Yes and nah, that I'm right, yeah.
The position that stops when we're crouching
Yeah.
and then kicks back in.
Out the studio like a student though, working on a movement, yeah, I'll do it cause I'm in the zone. And you know that I'm ready for the shows. How it goes, I don't know, but I'm waiting till I'm chose. Front row, here I go. All these people wanna know what you think of them lately. Do you really love me or do you really hate me? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you grade me? All this social media has got me going crazy lately. Everything's inflated, mainly everyone's invaded. Privacy is naked, man, I really hate it. God, I really hate it. I just wanna make it through all this fake shit. Living in the real life, living for some real times. Talk about the real climb, passionate in real rhymes. Steal time back from my 9 to 5, taking back my fucking life. I just wanna feel alive. And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God, I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get it, yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God, I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. Fake it till I make it. Motherfucking take it back from these haters. Playing tracks for the traitors. Got the passion in depths when it happens. Factions take actions, drafting their captains. It's happening. I'm raising my status, facing the madness. I'm out gaining traction. Avoid the distractions. I'm snapping, no captions, attracting reactions, adapting, attacking, commanding the masses. I'm practicing habits. I don't fucking ask this. I just fucking grab it. I am never static, massively active, expanding, backslid, planning to have it. So I will go capture it, and I'ma stay after it. I'm gonna fucking master it. Put them on blast it. They will never last it. Don't be so dramatic. Not my demographic. This shit is democratic. They vote effects, yeah, bitch. Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. I got so many bars, call it kamikaze. Ain't nobody ever gonna ever stop me. And I know that I could be a little cocky. That's the byproduct of hard work, no it's not free. I'm at a top speed, I think you lost me. Do not cross me, I keep dropping all these hits and I know that they watching. They keep showing up in my place, always knocking. Knock, knock, bitch, I've been standing right here. Been over 3 years and then you just got here. Man, get me a beer and open up the mirrors. Let me show you now what you've been missing for years. Call it premiere, I can take a boy's name and smear, or take it up a gear and end your career and make you feel fear, or make you disappear. Cause I am right here and not going nowhere. Everybody on the top got the same sound. Everything I'm about to drop, make a name now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. And when I rap, yeah, man, I snap fast. Like your girl's back, hit a clap, clap, break it in, smack. Shotty like a quick snack, like it when I'm all up in there. I'm finna win it like I win stacks. Every single that I'm in, man, it's been fat. These haters all get whacked when I spit mags. These haters all get bit in the pit fast. You better get cracked, so you better move back. Y'all don't wanna play with a pro, not today. I'ma make you wish you were gone in my A. You gon' be my bitch, be my pawn when I play. You gon' be my bitch, take a palm to the face. You know I'm your biz when I'm on fucking stage. You ain't never gonna get me to be tame. I go insane, you can't detain this B.O. when I came to stay. Cause girl, I came to play. Everybody on the top got the same Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Yeah, I ain't never gonna be the same now. I'ma tear up this whole fucking game now. Yeah, y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. Y'all don't really know, y'all don't really know. If I stay, will you stay? If I go, will you go? If I pay, will you play? Do you know what I know? Do you love, do you hate? Do you care what I say? Is it all just the same? Always make these mistakes. Ooh, baby, take me, play me. All I wanna do is please. Wanna spread like a disease. Ooh, crazy, tasty, baby. I just wanna feel you breathe. I just wanna feel you need, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. Yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. If you wanna stay, baby girl, don't go. Oh, look the other way. Nobody will know. Oh, if it's all the same. Call my place your home. Oh, I don't wanna chase, but don't want you to go. Oh, all I want is you. Ooh, all you need is me. I know what to do. Ooh, only I can see. Yeah, know I love you. Ooh, climb under the sheets. Do just what you do. Ooh, put me back to sleep. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on
Capsule
my
location. This is the
next to a
problem.
savage. Yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a. You take a fucking bad chick, put her on a mattress. Baby, she's a savage, but she lets me have it. Oh, we getting at it. Want a couple glasses? You could be my captive. Baby, be proactive. She looking so attractive, dressed with the backlist. We can make it happen. You could be the captain. I'll take you to the cabin, penthouse mansion. And she used to acting, but I ain't casting. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. Yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. She feeling so lonely. Everybody owns me, treated like a trophy. Everybody's phony. She stays so low key. They don't truly know me. She just wanna show me. Take it real slowly. She working long hours, taking long showers, chasing down downers over the counter. She cashing in vouchers, screaming out louder. No one around her. Surprised I even found her. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. Yeah. Oh yeah, I woke up on my mattress next to a savage. Yeah, yeah, let's go. I ain't the first with the curse, with the thirst that I wanna be better, not worse, man it hurts. I'm on this earth with my words and I put them all together, insert, cause I wanna have worth. Working hella hard till they put me in the dirt. Gonna go far, man, listen to my words. Gonna be a star, man, life's like a blur. When you're working this hard till you get what you deserve. Yeah, I ain't taking a backseat, I'm passing anybody else who is rapping. I'm nasty, ain't nobody able to catch me. They gasping, they cannot compare, they can't match me. I'm at half speed, I got your girl and she laughing and dancing, hanging on my butt, she asking to crash with me, smash with me, she savage, she wants cash money, and she knows that I live lavishly. I wanna live, I'm cold inside, give all I have just to feel alive. I fight to live, I fight to strive, one day I'll have what I want. I want the whole world in the palm of my hand, I got a plan, I'm the man, now I'm teaching the game, a veteran, better than anybody else who tests me. I'm ready, looking at my hand and it's steady. I'm trending, ascending and blending, lyrical bending. Now I'm spreading and getting my name out now. Yeah, they hearing me laugh, all the crowds repping the sound. I'm hitting the ground, running, up and coming, ain't nothing. Yeah, rookie of the year, I'ma keep it 100. Cold-blooded, no budget, from nothing to something. I ain't bluffing, I got a full hand and a full plan. I ain't gonna stop till I'm at the top, man. Every single drop got me feeling awesome. I'm about to pop, started from the bottom, yeah. I wanna live, I'm cold inside, give all
Why is it?
Well, all you really need is hope. I just want you to trust me if you wanna be something. That's right. Let's go. Yeah. When you're feeling down and you're out, like you got nothing but doubt, you're alone in the crowd, just trying to figure it out. All that is bad, and this money got you feeling left out. Listen up to me now, every word that's out of my mouth. Wake up, it's me. You gonna follow your dreams, or are you just gonna be another cog in the scene? You feel the hope in this beat, yeah, the hope that you need to proceed and be exactly what you wanted to be. I feel right, and I'm proud, hype and I'm loud.
The problem is the crouch works fine, but it doesn't adjust to VR Origin. And that seems to be what the problem is.
I got hope right now, and I know I'll be found. I don't really care just what all other haters gotta say. I know everything I do is gonna make them fade away. And when you feel like you're nothing, but you wanna be something, well, all you really need is hope. I just want you to trust me if you wanna be something, yeah. Then all you really need is hope. Take a look in the mirror, are you seeing some fear? You hear the voice in your ear, can you start to see clear? Are the bad thoughts near? Or can you be where your feet are when you stand right here and say no? I'm never gonna give up, I'm never gonna slow. The one that doesn't give up never loses to a foe. The one that can show to myself I could go all the way to the top, can't stop. I'm a soldier, always closer till it's over. Older, but I'm bolder, moving forward, older, never slower. Get to know ya, don't go make me drop my shoulder. You need to believe you can achieve everything that you dream. Everything that you need is in the air that you breathe. It's in the mind that you feed. It's in the time that you bleed. Every second of life is another blessing to me. And when you feel like you're nothing, but you wanna be something, well, all you really need is hope. I just want you to trust me if you wanna be something, let's go. It's what you need when you're down, need when you're out. It's what you need when you're sad and when you feel left out. You feel an energy drought and then creeps out, but with a little bit of hope you can figure it out. Keep your head high even when you're down inside. Through the pain you fight and through the painful nights you keep striving, keep trying, keep driving, rising, keep thriving, surviving. Nothing's in your way but yourself, don't need nobody's help. You can make it through this hell. Take it one step at a time, one step as you climb. If you fail you'll be fine, get back up to the grind and never lose sight of your mission. Be driven, this life is a prison if you don't have vision. You're in it to win it, so get it, don't miss it. Your chances now, so be something somehow. Don't let yourself down. That's right. Sometimes all we really need is hope.
I don't know whether it's the position or the location I need to deal with.
I wanna feel it.
I'm hoping to get to some multiplayer stuff today, but I don't know if we're gonna have time.
Slow it down with me. I think I need to find what it means to be okay. It's broken by design, can't live life without some pain, yeah. And I know I'll keep running, no, I'll be something you won't see me coming. I grow, I keep punching, I grow, I keep hunting. No, I need nothing, supposed to be something so close to me. Jumping out in the worst kind of way. You took all of my time and didn't give it back to me. Wasn't enough.
Amongst the, you know, the quick one, I slowly.
Wanna fall in love, but don't wanna feel the pain. And I'm so low, cause I don't know if I'm alone, if I'm unknown. But I won't go, no I won't go. You ain't never gonna slow me down, cause I feel alive now.
Oh, it fires twice.
Fuck my 9 to 5, think I'm gonna go insane. Always on the grind, but still everything's the same. I'm sick of wasting time, wish I didn't feel this way. But with this kind of mind, I will figure out my lane, yeah. It's the highs and the lows, the
Bang twice, so when we leave it, it drops us down double. Go. Right. Crouch is sorted.
Yeah, I spit raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now, I'm gonna make you bleed out. Listen on repeat now and weed out all the weak now. Get up and make a change, don't remember yesterday. If you got something to say, speak your mind before your grave. Cause your life is yours to save, ain't nobody gonna change. Everybody stays the same, so be different, make a name, huh? I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. It's ridiculous, I'm spitting this meticulous and limitless, while others out there spitting shit got hits up on the charts. It's it. I see why other artists quit, cause people don't reward good shit. They love to hate but hate to live. Society is swing and miss, and honestly I get it. Promise me you won't regret it. Wasting energy, forget it. Don't look back, go on and get it. Bite the bullet just a bit, bite your tongue and don't say shit. Make your actions hard to miss, be a legend not a myth. Yeah. It's obnoxious that I'm conscious, rapping honest as promise. Try to harness, as an artist stay modest. It's a long quest, I will not quit till 10,000 people going off when I drop this. I gotta make it now, swear to God I'm breaking out. Swear to God I'll take a bow, stand the stage with the crowd, cause I got it figured out. I'm just honest and I'm loud, saying modest but I'm proud. No, I never had a doubt, yeah. I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over. I don't get what I want, I get what I need. Every single day I'm heading off to my dream, and I get everything that I damn well please. I don't give a damn if you all listening to me, cause I run it. I'm the only one that really want it, I'm the only one that's really on it. I'm just being honest, I'm just doing everything I promise, cause I want it bad enough that I'ma make it as an artist. And I know I'm not the smartest, and I know I'm not the largest, but I promise you that I'ma be the one with the
No.
hardest. Cause I promise you that
Hello, how's it going? Hey, that's all the main stuff I've got to do. Focus on something. No worries, man. What are you up to now? I'm currently doing a light build. It's happening behind the camera. And then we're going to take another look through some stuff. I might try to tackle the gun. I was kind of planning on wrapping up in a minute, to be fair. I fixed all the crouching. So I think a considerable portion of this, the single player, is done. Multiplayer, not so much. I could show you the thing that was happening with the hands, actually, with the guns. Where is it? Yeah. If I do 2-player, then this is listen client, and we jump into standalone game. Character still, that's fine. So if I go up and I pick up the gun, it's not aligning very well, but we've got that on the other character, and then I can actually slide and ride it back. The problem is, if I pick it up with the other character, I don't know why it's dancing. As soon as I pick it up, it disappears. And then when I let go, it appears again. But I'm not too sure whether it's something to do with the attached to the socket component or the positioning being incorrect on the server. This is what I've got. It's like the slide wax and all that, and it looks pretty good on the client, I think it is. Which is on the server, when it's picked up by that, it vanishes. And I don't know whether it's a attached component to component location issue, something to do with this section here, or something else. Really frustrating. I've tried disconnecting this lot and nothing really changes. Positioning, you can tell them the tilt panel during playing edit. We can't use playing edit because we're doing VR. It doesn't show, it doesn't update, which makes it way more difficult to deal with.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people
Disconnect those, then it just breaks.
You gotta stop it, yo, you gotta take it slow. You can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it.
I'll send you the file, man. I'll send you the updated file because I've made quite a bit of improvements with it. Probably gonna be easier for you to check out anyway. I do the attach, it doesn't show up at all. See it anywhere, so like it doesn't seem like transforms moving something.
You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not, think a stray kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about
Be
to
over the stream.
on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds. Talking out loud so proud, you better shut your goddamn mouth. Before I do more, speak out, it's about to head south. Never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back?
Send you a screenshot over to the Discord. I just can't place it. I've tried doing a bunch of different things, but I can't nail down what the actual problem is with it. Because in standalone mode, can you reproduce the error in a non-packaged game on the client side? So if I do VR preview, for some reason, so I just switch to VR preview, then I get the one player, but the second one doesn't load properly.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. Get the fuck out of my face now, yeah, you gotta go. Man, I'm on the chase now, leave me on my own. I got a chance to break
Orange and attach components.
take control of
This
fate now.
UI5 is offset is true.
I'll be great, how putting on a show. I know that I'ma stay loud, drowning out the noise. The haters always thinking that they could fucking break me. They're better off eating their own words like pastries. Hate me, and you better find some fucking safety. I'm coming in hot like a bad bitch.
Let's try it that way. I think that was the correct way it should be done.
But society has me going so crazy, yo. Don't blame me, no, my mind's hazy, yo. And I'm sick of me feeling this way daily.
I don't know why when I use VR preview it doesn't load the second character in. It just kind of flops them into the floor and then there's no input method at all. Oh. No, it just doesn't show up on the other. Those are broke.
Keep your friends tight and your family in sight. Never cease to fight for the things you think are right. Cause you just might find you control your own mind, You'll be fine, Just take your time, Enjoy the climb, Enjoy the grind, You never really know what's on the other side till you
really change anything. I don't know whether I need to run this through like event tick, so it's constantly updated. I don't know what transform is, but even that doesn't show. It's like the actor just disappears on the client. Really annoying that it just. Attach your signal physics. Okay. We'll disable simulate physics and then we'll attach it and then we'll try that. Ooh, to get this one working. Blueprint is set to replicate, you shouldn't have to. The blueprint set to replicate, the gun is, and so is the parent class. So replicate pistol, which is the child, is also set to replicate. Like it is, as soon as I let go of the gun, it does it, but as soon as it's attached to the player, that's when it's not showing up. So difficult to do. If the gun is already attached to the client hand, then set world location. We'll set world location rotation hand. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing. I followed it through from the grab component, same sort of logic I have there, but updating it on the client. offset. Try grab. We do all of that and then use offset. It's done. The client is taking ownership of the gun after. Okay, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to deal with that. Try that. I'm not too sure if I'm doing it in the right place though. Still not there. Component. Say app owner, new owner, the air controller. Oh, one thing I did do is I stopped the mannequins that were spawning in the world doubling up, so now they're on the spawned on the server. No input. The difference. changing when I do it. Some of the debug stuff, so I think it might be causing a little bit of lag. And then what I'll do is I will zip the project up and send it to Real Turbo to have a look, if that's still okay to do. Yes, of course, I'll take a look at it. Thank you so much, man. That's all the debug stuff turned off. Might be an hour or something. I feel like that's the last little thing. Once the weapon pistol's done, the rest of them should replicate as well because they're child actors. And then it's a case of figuring out how to, I don't know, do damage on the network, but that's probably going to be for a later update. Doing it so I can replicate damage to these guys to destroy those. That's probably about it. Okay guys, I've got to wrap up. I'm already 20 minutes late, so I'm going to save all. I'm going to zip up the project. I don't know how to share private GitHub repos, otherwise I could have probably just shared the repo with you to Real Turbo. Might have been easier. Okay, cool. I'll do that off stream. Close that one down. Got that list. Cool. Alright everyone. I'm gonna wrap up and call it there. So I gotta bounce. And then hopefully we'll make some more good progress. I want the update out by the end of this week, so that's the main goal. If we can't get any of the replication stuff done relatively soon, then I'm just going to put it out as it is at the minute. And I think that'll be quite good for everybody, and then we can do some more fun stuff with it. But yeah. Alright everyone. I will